Go.
Could you imagine going 6 to 10 years living with a rash or maybe abdominal discomfort and not knowing what the cause was? Well, according to Celiac Central, that's the average length of time it takes for a person to get diagnosed with this disease that affects 1 in 133 Americans. This disease has gained a lot of attention over the last few years, so I'm sure most of you have heard of it. Well, along with that attention, it's gained a lot of myths. So today, I'm going to provide you with some basic and accurate information about it, as well as what the symptoms are and what the treatments for are. As a dietetic assistant, I work with many patients with celiac disease, so I've seen firsthand the discomfort they feel when going through this flare-ups, but I've also seen how well it can be controlled when following their treatment plan. The first myth that I'm going to debunk is that it's just an allergy to gluten. The University of Chicago Celiac Disease Center defines celiac disease as an autoimmune disorder that is caused from damage of the cells in your small intestine. This damage is caused by the production of antibodies within your immune system after the consumption of gluten, which is a wheat protein. This damage affects the small intestine's ability to absorb the nutrients and the vitamins that you take in with your food. One unique trait about this disorder is that it does not discriminate. Whether you're male, you're female, you're young, or you're old, anyone can get it. And another thing about it is, just because you don't have it now, you may develop it in the future. The second myth is that a lot of people think all the symptoms for everyone with celiac disease are the same, but in fact they're not. The symptoms that gain the most attention are the digestive problems, like diarrhea, the fatigue, or even the abdominal discomfort. But because it messes with the small intestine function of absorbing your nutrients and vitamins, you can get a wide range, like the rashes from the lack of vitamin D, or even osteoporosis from the lack of calcium. Because this wide range of symptoms, it's really hard to diagnose, which is why it takes 6 to 10 years. So there's a whole process to it. First, the doctor will take you in for a physical, and then you'll get some blood work done, or they'll check the levels of your antibodies. If your results come back and it seems like celiac disease could be one of your options still, they'll take the next and final step, which is the biopsy of the small intestine. From the pictures, the doctors can tell if your small intestine is inflamed or if your cells have been damaged, and then a diagnosis can be made. After that diagnosis, there's some good and some bad news. The bad news is there is no cure, but the good news is the only treatment option is painless and procedure-free. It's just a gluten-free diet. So that's where I get to debunk the third and final myth. A lot of people think that a gluten-free diet is really hard to follow and not as tasty as a regular diet. So the Academy of Dietetics Nutrition Care Manual says that you can still eat meat, nuts, dairy, fruits and vegetables. That's 4 of your 5 food groups. And you can also have many other grains like corn, rice, or quinoa. So getting a well-balanced diet is still really easy. And then to debunk the second half of that myth that it's not very tasty, I brought some crackers, and there's bags. One's listed A and one's listed B. So if you want to share with the people around you, you can both try A and B, and we'll see what you guys think. One of them,
really good.
One of them's gluten-free and one of them's not. So after you've tried them, and then anybody particularly think that A is the gluten-free option? No? No? And what about B? You think B? And you guys think you'll go with B? Anybody for A? Well, A is the gluten-free option. They're made with rice. It's a white rice cracker. And then the other one is brown rice mixed with wheat. So I think I proved my point that they're kind of still hard to tell. So I hope you learned something new about celiac disease today, about what it was, what its symptoms were, and some of the treatments. The number of those affected by celiac disease is rising every day, and any one of us could be next.